Hello and welcome back to Daily Glow. I'm Caitlin and I have a new pick a card reading for you today. Today we're going to look at the past, present, and future of your soul connection. I have 3 piles for you to choose from today. So for pile 1, your card is Mistletoe. And your crystal is Ocean Jasper. Ocean Jasper is associated with optimism, releasing negativity, relaxation and better sleep, appreciation, self-expression, inner peace, joy, empathy, and good, healthy boundaries. It holds the healing energy of the ocean and vast possibilities. And pile 2, your card is Strawberry. And your crystal is Sardonyx. Sardonyx is a talisman for courage. It's very grounding, especially for extreme emotions. It's considered a stone of virtue. It promotes integrity, willpower, and confidence. It carries a vibration of stability and personal power. Pile 3. Your card is the Rose. And your crystal is Labradorite. You see that blue flash? There, that's beautiful. That is the blue flash of Labradorite. Labradorite is considered a stone of magic and transformation. It's also considered a stone of protection and manifestation. It deflects unwanted energies, stimulates intuition, calms an overactive mind, and promotes awakening and deeper connection. Okay, those are your piles, pile 1, 2, and 3. The timestamps are going to be in the description box, and I probably won't get a pinned comment up for at least a few days because I'm going to be out of town when this is scheduled to post. So go ahead and find your timestamp in the description box, and I will see you in your reading. Welcome, pile 1, if you chose the Ocean Jasper crystal and the Mistletoe card. This is your reading. Welcome to your reading. Let's read about mistletoe. Now, this deck, this is from the Seed and Sickle Oracle deck, and it comes with 2 books. I took them out already. There they are. And so I marked where in the books we have the descriptions. And don't worry, I won't read the whole thing, but let's take a look real quick at mistletoe. There we go. Okay, mistletoe. In Scandinavia, the mistletoe is considered the plant of peace. Enemies sworn to a duel must lay down their weapons until the next day if they encounter this plant on their way to the fight. The extra day to cool their tempers does them a world of good, and it will do the same for you. Step back from the problem that's perplexing you and allow yourself some space before making any rash decisions. Okay, so that was from the dusk version of the guidebook. Now let's read from the dawn guidebook. You've been working hard lately and you might feel that you're running out of energy. Mistletoe is a plant of community and promises. Take a moment to think about the people who have offered you their support in the past. Have you taken them up on that offer? Favors are hard to come by and even harder to call upon, but now is the time to ask. Okay, so this is a card about community, asking for help, being able to live in balance with peace and harmony, and community, and interconnectedness and interdependence. And ocean jasper, we went over that, but this is a stone that's about optimism and enjoying life, self-expression, peace, flowiness, empathy, healthy boundaries, expansiveness. Okay, so let's read about your soul connection. Now, we're going to look into the past first, and that will serve as sort of a inner check-in. So I'm going to turn my hourglass. There we go. That helps me keep track of the time. And I'm going to use the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Even though this one, I love this tarot deck very much, but the cards are very large for my hands. But if I only used the tiny decks, I would never get to use some of my favorite decks. Look at how big that is compared to my hand. All right. All right, tapping in pile one. Let's take a look at the past of your soul connection. Okay, I'm actually being guided to get a soul journey card. Okay. Right, real quick. Thank you. Okay, this is for the past of your soul connection. Okay. Guys, if I go too slow, feel free to watch at 1.5 speed, 1.75 speed. Wow, we have King of Wands and Queen of Wands. And those can be counterparts. They are a match to each other for sure. So if not divine counterparts, then definitely high-level soulmates. You two have met each other at school or possibly in some sort of government capacity. like say in the military or something, school, military, government, um, mm, okay, or even at like a library or church. Or church. Or an organization that's like a church. One or both of you actually could be leaders or like leaders in this church, teachers at this school, or you have some sort of position of authority. Some authority, but nobody, hmm, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't think that you two were open about your feelings, and I don't think at all. Mm, yeah, that's the past of this soul connection is that two people saw each other and felt that they were a match to each other, but yeah, they were attracted to each other and even inspired by each other, but they weren't really open with each other about or anyone else. They weren't very open. If they showed any feeling or shared their feelings with anyone, it was very secretive and careful. And it's because of the situation under which they met, where there is somewhere where there's a lot of rules and expectations, like a church or a school. Also, it's possible that somebody was married. That's a possibility too, actually. This situation, though, somebody, hmm, somebody may have moved. Somebody moved away from this connection, but it may actually have been out of a sense of protectiveness, that it was what was best. But there were also underlying themes here about courage and self-esteem. Hmm. Believing in yourself and being brave. Hmm. Okay. Let me get a little bit more. Why did you know what's funny? I put this deck away because I felt like I use it too much and I wanted to go a reading without using it, but I love my Love Oracle deck, so I'm actually going to pull this out. Okay, let's see. This is the past of this soul connection. Can you clarify for us, please? Thank you. Yes, mask. Yeah, not showing your true feelings, pretending, hiding your true feelings. Yeah, because of wanting to protect some stable situation, some security. But that ended. So there was yeah, somebody may have been married or somebody may have like, been a teacher or something like that. But whatever that situation was, it actually ended. So if someone was married, that situation ended, or if somebody was in a position of, say, being a teacher, that's not the case. Like this person's not your teacher anymore, you're not their teacher anymore, or something like that. So whatever that was, it has transitioned. This is interesting because you may have been hoping to talk to this person more or to, oh, that's not interesting and confusing. All right, give me a second. Um, Yeah, you may have been hoping to talk to this person more or go on a date, but I don't believe that you have. Or, yeah, I don't think you have. Is somebody, okay. Give me just a second. I'm like, somebody here isn't married, right? Okay. Like, not still, just a second. Okay. So I think that somebody here was married, and in the past, it took them a while to get out of that situation, or after they got out of that situation, they were still like recovering from that situation or something like that. So somebody here, even though it did end, yes, somebody here was married. That's what I'm getting. But your connection with this person is a soulmate connection. So this is somebody who you weren't really talking to and you were not dating. And also flip the roles if you need to, okay? You may have met this person potentially when you were traveling or on vacation, but this person made you feel really happy. And also, just like we were talking about with the ocean Jasper, the expansiveness and flowiness, when you are around this person or when you think of this person, you feel expansive. You feel more in the flow of life. Like it just feels like it opens your heart and makes you feel more playful. Yeah, but somebody was in a narcissistic or just a toxic sort of a relationship paradigm. So it doesn't have to be with like a literal narcissist, but just like a toxic relationship paradigm where there were very poor boundaries or no boundaries. Somebody felt used or, hurt. Okay. And so because of that, somebody wasn't ready to date yet. Hmm. Yeah, somebody felt stabbed in the back. Jeez. Yeah, so then somebody moved or moved on. Okay, so it's possible that you may have I'm not going to say broken up with this soulmate connection because you guys weren't together, but somebody may have put more space in between or there may or yeah, or just like moved on. Silent treatment, somebody wasn't talking to somebody, somebody might have blocked somebody, somebody yeah, you guys weren't talking. And then since that time, you are really thriving. You are in a better financial situation. You're moving on to the next phase of your life. You've had like a total life glow up, physically, financially, emotionally, and in every way. Okay. See, I love this deck. It's very clarifying, especially in combination with these tarot cards. See, now the tarot cards make a little bit more sense. So you and this person who you have a soul connection with, both of you are vibrant, attractive people. You are leaders in some sort of way. You are intelligent and popular. You both have healthy and vibrant friend networks and social networks. But but there was a lot of hiding of feelings. And yeah, somebody was married, but also possibly somebody was in a position of authority, like being a teacher or being a boss or something like that. And then basically a lot of nothing happened, and then somebody moved away, moved on, or something like that. Okay. Somebody either literally, yeah, I think oh, okay. Somebody either moved away or also you may only have seen this person when you were traveling. Yeah, but anyway, there's like distance now. Okay, so that was the past. Now let's go to the present. Oops, that was fast. Okay. I was going to say, and I was thinking, tell me about the present of this soul connection. Somebody is in their ego a little bit and lonely. Somebody is feeling lonely and missing somebody. Maybe both of you are. Possibly both of you are lonely to some degree. You have many friends and missing each other. But you are both proud, yes, because you're the king and queen of wands. You're both proud. Okay. Tell me what's happening in this soul connection right now. Yeah, you're alone. You're both alone. If you were wondering if this person is dating or seeing anybody, they're not. You're both alone right now, or you're both single. Hmm. Yeah, something ended. So definitely a marriage or relationship has ended, but I also think that something has ended for both of you. So whatever situation each of you were in that was making it so that you couldn't be together, those situations have ended and now you are both single, but also withdrawn from each other. This is so interesting. You two are still watching each other, asking questions about each other, and trying to learn about each other. You are each on each other's mind. That's what I'm getting. Tell me about what's happening presently in this soul connection. Oh, yes. So that's cool. So the marriage is over. The marriage has fallen apart. Somebody moved or moved on, moved out. Somebody has put up boundaries with a narcissist or somebody who was using them. Yeah, somebody who betrayed them. And somebody is learning more and more about their soulmate, this soulmate connection. So somebody is thinking and learning more about the possible soul connection. They may not think of it in that terms yet. Yeah, but this situation is in the process of transforming and renewing and rekindling into a new phase. But someone is still processing. Somebody has still been in the process of processing this connection that they got out of. Yeah, the karmic relationship. Somebody is still processing the karmic relationship. Because it was a relationship that was really fun for them. Here, let me put these up higher. Because it was a relationship that was really fun for them at one time, and they thought they had, chemistry and they had fun and they thought it was going to be something good, and then they thought they had met the one at one time and now they're heartbroken. So they've really been going over like, where did it go wrong? And do I sabotage myself? Or like, why does this keep happening to me, or why did this happen to me? I get the sense that there was a relationship pattern that happened more than once. So it's something that they've really been thinking about. And I say they, this could be you. So it's you or them. Whoever is, could be both of you. Whoever is getting out of that kind of toxic relationship paradigm is thinking about why did it happen and how does it happen, and to me, why did it happen again? That kind of thing. That's why somebody has really been holding back and being more introverted than they normally are, because they had to really rethink the foundation of their life, and they're really trying to learn and study and grow and understand the truth and the wisdom behind the lessons that have happened to them. Hmm. I actually want to get into my feeling cards. Yeah. And where are my little conversation step? Where's my little conversation step? Hmm. Okay. How is how is your soul connection? How is this soul connection person feeling about you? Done? This person might feel like they're done with love and romance and partnership. They're just done with it. Brave. They would have to be very brave to try something again. But maybe they are feeling brave. It's possible that overall they feel very done, but then when they think about, and this could be you, so put yourself where it makes sense, okay? And this could actually, I feel that there's a lot of mirroring. So both of you could be cycling through these same kinds of thoughts and feelings, but somebody feels very done or felt very done, but even in the present has felt very done, but then sometimes feels brave and might feel some hope. Let's see what other cards come out here. How is pile one's soul connection person feeling about pile one presently? They're sorry that there was a misunderstanding between the two of you. This person actually might feel like they tried to be brave before, like they tried to be courageous in the situation before, and it didn't work out because there was a misunderstanding. And so now they feel like they don't really have it in them to try again. And they're sorry about that. Sorry that it had to be this way. But if that's the case, this person is still watching you and you're still on their mind frequently. But they want closure. Yeah. They felt compelled towards you. They felt very drawn towards you, but they're still afraid of being used. And so something in this situation may have triggered that feeling for them, or it just could be a projection based on the past. There's something in this connection, though, that makes them feel really fulfilled. Yeah. Like not even in the past tense, but in the present tense. But their pride at being misunderstood Possibly that they may have perceived there was a rejection. And again, this could be you, okay? But there was there was a perceived rejection. So, um, yeah, there's a lot of ego here now, but it's also, it's not just, I don't know, it's not just like ego that's just ego. It's actually just that there's not a lot of bandwidth for trying in a relationship sense because I think there's so much wounding. And I think it's on both sides. Hmm. Okay, let's get some of their thoughts on the matter. It's scary and it feels dangerous. You can't control the outcome. This is what they're thinking about it. Mhm. Tell me about the grief, the loss, the longing that's going to happen. Wow, this person is really, really worried about where this connection would lead to. But then sometimes they feel brave and they think, take a chance. When you're struggling, I love you and I see you, and then you listen. Okay, so this person, sometimes they think that they should take a chance because it would be amazing to have somebody who could be there with them, like when they're struggling. Like if life is hard, which it is sometimes, then to have somebody who really sees you and really cares about you, they sometimes feel like that's something that they could do. But it is scary and it does feel dangerous. Hmm. Okay, so this is where their mind is at right now. You can't control the outcome, but they might still just want to take a chance. Okay. Okay, if that was how they felt, then let's take a look at how you feel. And if that was how you feel, then let's take a look at how they feel. Now, keep in mind, I do think there's a lot of mirroring. Someone feels seen. You feel seen by this person, or vice versa. Somebody feels seen, but they feel also pitied. And that is what that is what is triggering their pride. Somebody might feel their pride prickle up because they feel like, don't pity me. Like, I'm not a charity case. I'm perfectly fine. I can take care of myself just fine. Oof, what happened here? There was definitely a misunderstanding, I think. Yeah, somebody is feeling very defensive, but also very stoic. Someone's feeling very stoic, and I would say maybe not very defensive, but a bit defensive and very stoic. Is that it? Do you have any other feelings for this soul connection presently? Oh, that's so funny. I said it that way, and then all of these cards fell out. Yes, you feel jealous. Sorry, no laughing. I'm sorry. You feel jealous, you feel tolerant, you feel excited, homesick, frustrated, misunderstood, powerful, manipulative, burned out, appreciative, humiliated, hopeful, attracted, resigned, friendly, and loyal. Yeah, that's a lot of feelings. Let's go through those again. So again, this could be them if you felt like the first set of feelings was more you, okay? But if that described your person, you still have friendly feelings towards this person, but you feel really burnt out on this connection right now. You feel like somebody could be being manipulative. I don't really think that's the case. I think that you're just really sensitive to, like, you're really afraid of repeating patterns that you've experienced in the past. So you're concerned whether or not somebody's being manipulative. You're also feeling defensive if you feel like somebody else perceived you as being manipulative. You've kind of given up on this connection most of the time and you're just resigned to it. You're like, well, it is what it is. You feel very attracted to this person. You still feel very attracted to this person. You think that this person is extremely attractive, like handsome or beautiful, intelligent, and they have just a wonderful personality. They're really fun and just exciting. Like you find their presence to be exciting. You still feel loyal to this person in the sense that you just want good things for them. That also goes along with friendly. You don't want anything bad to happen to this person. You really hope that they're happy and that they get, everything that they want, right? And then occasionally you might feel hopeful about this connection. So I think it's really kind of a roller coaster for you. You may have felt humiliated, and this goes along with pity, because see, there was a lot of mirroring going on. So in some way you might feel like this person doesn't, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened that made you guys feel like the other person might pity you or that you might feel in some way humiliated. Somehow you feel like you didn't come across right. But then other times you feel very powerful. And I think that it's the energy of this connection. Sometimes you feel that the energy of this attraction and this connection feels very powerful. Yeah, but you definitely felt misunderstood. You definitely felt misunderstood by this person. There's this weird thing though, where this person, you feel like you miss them and you feel homesick for them, even though you've never lived together and you've never been together like that. That's weird. And I know you think it's weird. And you get really excited about them and you get really excited about their energy. You might have learned to just sort of tolerate this dynamic because what can you do about it, right? Mm. There's definitely the feeling, okay, the hurt pride. Okay, the pity and humiliation thing is more on your end if this is the side that you relate to, right? And their pride is triggered in a different way. So the other person may have either like some sort of higher level of authority, like maybe that person was the teacher as it were, or the boss or something like that, right? Or they could be older than you, or they could be more established than you. Again, flip it however it makes sense in your situation. You still feel really appreciative of this person and also their energy and even the dynamic by turns, but it's very frustrating. You're very frustrated with it. You're jealous of other people who get to spend more time with your soul connection person than you do. But at the same time, you feel very resolute. Yeah, and that was the first one that came out. You feel very seen by this person. You feel seen by them in a way, and yet for some reason, you feel like, I don't know, you feel very triggered by the thought of them feeling pity for you. You might have felt vulnerable at some point. You might have felt like you looked vulnerable at some point, or that they saw you in a vulnerable state, and you didn't really want them to see you that way. Okay, and then what are you? Okay, so yes, it's that simple. It really helped me understand. So in love, tired and exhausted. The more I share with you, you are worth it. Wow. Okay. You may have felt like you were in love with this person. I don't know. Or it could have been infatuation, but having had time to think about it, you came to an understanding of why you might have felt like that. And you might have actually chalked it up to being tired and exhausted with everything that you were going through. But at the same time, there was some degree of like trust building because you feel like the more that you share with this person, the more that it is worth it. Interesting dynamic. Okay. Okay, and then did we already pull these cards? Oh my gosh, we did. Okay. So I think then it's time to move on to the future. What is coming in for this connection? All right, tell me about what's coming into the future for pile one's soul connection. This is so interesting. I'm going to put these out for a moment because these are the first cards that came out at the beginning, courage and self-esteem. Okay, and then what else is coming in? Service. I feel good when I can help others. What is coming into the future for this soul connection for pile one? And surrender. I can release my need to control. Somebody is going, so you two will feel more courageous again. You will be feeling a renewed sense of self-esteem. You will be able to drop the ego and just focus on a service mindset and surrendering your need to feel in control. This is very spiritual. Also very 12th house coded. Very Pisces vibes. Okay, let's see what's coming in. Actually, service is 6th house coded and surrender is 12th house coded. So that's Virgo and that's Pisces. You don't have to have those signs. Those are just the archetypes. What is coming in for this? Whoa. Okay, that's a lot. I'm going to put most of these back, but this one came out. Queen of Pentacles, more stability, more security. The more feminine person in this connection, if that is a thing, is going to feel much more stable and secure and possibly more financially secure. So at first, she felt trapped and like she either felt trapped and like she couldn't move forward or she wasn't allowing herself to move forward because of basically restrictions she puts on her own life, rules that she has for herself. But she's going to feel more entitled, not in a bad way. There is certain things that you should feel entitled to. And so she has been feeling probably a lack of self-esteem, right? Surrendering to the universe is having her feel more flowy, more expansive, an appropriate amount of entitlement. What else is coming in for this soul connection? Wow, more secretiveness. Okay, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. What is the future of this soul connection? What is the future of this soul connection for pile one? Okay, so they will share their feelings, but in a very small little way. Somebody will share their feelings, but it won't be like some sort of grand gesture. It will be casual. It'll be something little. Yeah, because there's a little bit of a runner chaser dynamic going on, and that is because people are very gun shy. But you can't outrun Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting, hesitation. Even if there's some hesitation here, these two, you two have been struck by Cupid's arrow, or you will be. So even though there is a fear of intimacy and a fear of abandonment, and these issues can trigger some ego, but yeah, because you guys are healing your old relationship dynamics, not that you had with each other, but that you had with others and then to some degree had with each other. But that energy is on the way out because you guys are healing and will help each other heal. It's just a matter of time. This connection needs time. You need time to heal, and you two need to be patient with each other. What's coming in? Yeah, you two are ascending. You're transcending the obstacles. You're learning, you're expanding, and you're entering a new phase. You two are preparing to be together, to be in union. You're learning from the past. There's also abundance coming in. There is more financial stability and security coming in. There may be other people involved still. There may be third parties who are more peripherally involved, but not directly involved. People are still um people are still healing the past. But yes, you two will be falling in love. And that's the Twin Flames card. So this is a mirrored soul connection. This is a yin-yang connection. This is a connection of dual energies, divine counterparts, two people who really complement each other. Yes, but even in the near future, you two will still not be showing your true feelings or not showing your whole feelings, because we got that Seven of Swords here. Even in the future, you two will still be hiding your feelings, and when you do start to share your feelings, it will be just very little at first. It will be little baby steps. But there is love here, even in separation, and there will be an engagement. That's what I see. Or if you don't believe in marriage or you don't think that you are somebody who would get engaged, then there's partnership coming in, commitment. Okay. And then I want to see, going into this next phase, how are you going to be feeling in this next phase in the near future? How will you be feeling about this? Or how will your feelings evolve? You're going to feel more empowered. You might feel more vulnerable, but that allows more joy to come in. You might initially feel ashamed when you start to feel attached, okay? That's something to be aware of, that that might happen. That's funny. So, as you fall in love, you're going to accept the fact that you're kind of obsessed with this person. Now, I don't think that it's actual obsession, like not like clinical obsession. I just think that if you're kind of avoidant or you've kind of like shut your heart off and you're kind of guarded, then as you start to feel attached to somebody, you're going to feel like, oh my God, why am I so obsessed with this person? You're not obsessed. That's how you feel that you are, but really you're just growing an attachment and you are falling in love, and that's okay. It just feels really scary because it feels really vulnerable. So those are just feelings that you're going to have to come to terms with as you go into this next phase in the future. How are they going to feel? And how will their feelings evolve in the near future and going through this? Excited, insecure, impatient, blaming, deliberate. Okay, I don't like blaming. Okay. Impatient and excited is cute. Insecure is understandable, I suppose. Deliberate is nice. Hmm. Oh, if there is some kind of professional connection, they could be concerned about others blaming. Okay, that might be a concern. Tell me more about blaming. Others might be angry about this. I don't think this person is going to be, I actually am not feeling like this person is going to be angry or blaming towards you. That might be a feeling that they're having about a different situation. Yeah, it's a frustrating situation. They're very appreciative of you. Okay. So this is very exciting. You guys have a beautiful phase of your life coming in the future, even though there's going to be little um hiccups as you're dealing with new feelings that come with new situations and growth and expansion. There's so much abundance and happiness here as you transcend obstacles and expand into this new phase of your life. Very exciting. hmm But there was also a message that you have to be patient with this, okay? Because people need time to heal. And the more that you give people the time to heal, the less you'll have to deal with people's triggered reactions to things, okay? So people will be able to be more their best selves. All right. That is your reading pile one. Thank you so much for being here with me and co-creating this reading here with me today. And have an amazing rest of your day, okay? Bye. Okay. Welcome, pile two, to your reading. If you chose the Sardonyx crystal and the beautiful strawberry card, this is your reading. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your soul connection, past, present, and future. Let's read real quick about the strawberry card. This deck that the strawberry card comes from is the beautiful Seed and Sickle Oracle deck, and it does come with 2 guidebooks. So I'm not going to read, the whole thing, but we're going to just read really quick. What do we see about strawberry? It feels like you've been chipping away at a situation forever, and no matter what you do, you just can't seem to make headway. Don't be fooled by the odd occasion on which it seems like something might be about to change if you just wait a little longer. There's a reason why things have been so reluctant to move. Put out your feelers and employ a change of tact. A new angle will benefit you here. So that one says try something different. Okay, and then this book says, like the strawberry plant, its stems bent low with sweet, bountiful fruit, you are experiencing an abundance in your life right now. You are rich in your emotional capacity, your material gains, and your spiritual learning. You have earned every bit of reward that is coming to you now that you are near the end of your journey. Be generous with this wealth and provide support to others who are not yet reaping their harvest. This will be returned to you threefold. Okay, so we have that, and then the Sardonyx crystal, remember that is a talisman for courage. It's a very, very grounding stone, especially for when you have really strong emotions. It's a stone of virtue, integrity, willpower, and confidence, stability, and personal power. Okay, so if you chose the strawberry card, I feel that you are in a very strong energy, strong, stable, abundant. Okay. So we're going to take a look. Actually, we want to pull a Soul's Journey, a couple of Soul's Journey cards for you. Let's see what we get for pile 2. And then we're going to do the past part of your reading. That will kind of serve as like an energy check-in, but we're going to get some insights into what has already happened in your soul connection. So this is your soul connection, pile 2, the past. Wow, that's a lot of cards. I wanted 1 or 2, but we will take them all. Perhaps you got more than you bargained for in this soul connection. Okay. We have gratitude, purpose, grief, and freedom. Ooh, that's a powerful grid right there. Gratitude, purpose, grief, and freedom. Okay, we're going to get some tarot cards. Wow. This soul connection came to you while you were working on something. You were throwing yourself into something which is very meaningful to you, like some sort of life's work, some sort of passion. So it could be some sort of creative hobby that you have, or it could be some sort of like volunteer work, or it could just be like your regular job that you do, or something spiritual. It could be something related to religion or spirituality. So You met this soul connection while you were pursuing something which was in line with your true node or your life's purpose. It was also a time when you were going through a time of grief. So you may have been grieving another relationship, but potentially maybe not a romantic relationship. But for most of you, you were grieving another romantic relationship and throwing yourself into some sort of passion project or important life's work that, something that's important to you. At the time that you met this person, you were very grateful to meet this person. Meeting this person awakened a sense of expansiveness within you. It sort of opened your mind to seeing things in a different way or feeling things in a different way when your heart had become sort of closed up. However, you hid your feelings. You had very deep feelings and you didn't feel safe expressing them. You possibly weren't ready to express your feelings. If you did express your feelings to this person at all, you kept it a secret from everybody else. But I think that you kept your feelings to yourself. And there's a sense of like defensiveness here and self-protectiveness. Ooh, I forgot to start my timer. It's not a timer, it's my hourglass. That helps me keep track of the time. Okay. There could be a sense of timelessness to this connection. Yeah, you'd just been through a breakup, and this person was sort of shocking to your system. Definitely a surprise. You definitely were not expecting them at all. We're not expecting to meet them. It's not clear to me who here was the chaser. I don't know. Possibly the other person, but I'm not really getting that. It's possible that in the past you've been more of the chaser and this time you held back because you're trying to consciously make healthier choices for yourself. You're trying to focus on making healthier choices and taking care of yourself and choosing yourself. But I feel like you have photos of this person or you look at photos of this person. Yeah, I feel that that's true. And you miss this person. Yeah, because you hid your feelings. So it's possible that you missed out on an opportunity because you were hiding your feelings. Or it's possible also that you weren't completely honest with yourself about your feelings. It's also possible, having just gotten out of a relationship, that you really were just stretching into this newfound sense of freedom and you just were not in a place or like ready to get into another relationship yet. You felt like this person mirrored you saw a lot of similarities between you and this person. This person mirrored back some of your own traits. In some ways, you really enjoy this person's energy. Whenever they're around, it's sort of like a vacation, but also you could have met this person on vacation or when you were traveling. You keep replaying it over and over in your head the last time you saw them, or if you saw them like a few times, you keep replaying it over in your head, and you're trying to make healthier choices, and you would like to take this connection to another level. You've been thinking about having a committed relationship with this person, but right now you two are in separation. Yeah, probably somebody was traveling when you met them, or they've moved since then. Okay. I'm going to leave these out actually because it helps me. And then I want to see, how does this person, your soul connection, how does your soul connection person feel about pile two? How does pile two's soul connection person feel about pile two? Love, wow, stressed, competitive. The person on your mind, they feel love towards you. I don't know if they're in love with you, but they feel love towards you. They have love for you, but they're very stressed about being in a very competitive situation. And they're very cautious of getting into a relationship right now. I don't think the competitive situation or the stress has anything to do with your connection. I think it's outside forces. They may have like a high stress job or something like that. They also may just have a cautious personality in general. How does pile two's person feel about them? They feel sorry that it has to be this way, that it didn't work out in a different way, or even sorry for something specific that they did or didn't do. They were very impressed with you. How does pile two's soul connection person feel? How did pile two's soul connection person feel about them? Hopeful? Okay. Now I want to see what was on their mind. Oh, in some scenarios, this person even could have proposed and you guys broke up or separated. That's not for everybody, but I just got that. And if that's the case, somebody feels sorry for how that went. Okay, but pile two's soul connection person, what was on their mind? This is in the past, what was on their mind? I need to know specifically, are you with other people? They may not have been certain that you were either single or exclusive. Oh, or also, they also may have wanted to know or needed to know, like, what issues did you have with other people? At the same time, they don't care what other people think. It's the only way. Yeah, not caring what other people think is the only way. But they need to know specifically what your stance is on other people, what your relationship is with other people. Yikes. What's yikes? Something spooked them, but what's yikes? It was a joke. What was a joke? Mhm. No, what was a joke? It was their signature move. Somebody might have been afraid that you were just being flirtatious just for fun. Mm-hmm. And they were like, I can't deal with this right now because things are hard. I hate this. The joyful things, fundamental core differences. They feel like if you were just playing with them, like they don't have time for this. It's annoying to them. They hate it, you know, they don't want to be played with. They're like, I don't even know if you're single. I don't know if you're serious. I don't know if you're just flirting with me. I don't want to play around. This person is I don't know. They're not coming across as being somebody who is like in a really fun mood. Maybe they're never in a fun mood. But there's also like some pride and ego here. Like they don't want to feel like they were just a joke to you. I don't know why they would think that, but oh, this is why, because I've lived this 1,000 times. I didn't want to do it again. Yeah, so they're kind of probably projecting stuff that happened to them in the past. They just weren't sure if you were serious or how serious you were. Okay, let's see. How did you feel? No, I'm going to leave these out still. These are helping me. Okay. How did you feel in the past? How did pile two feel about their soul connection person? How did you feel? That's it. Rejected. You felt rejected. Surprised. You might have been surprised that you felt rejected by this person. There might have been a significant misunderstanding. Unwanted. I can feel that. Justified. Mm, stoic. Hopeless. Vulnerable. That's really sad. Oh my gosh, I need to get out of this energy. Okay, I'm sorry, pile two. That's rough. Okay, let's see what was on your mind in the past about your soul connection person. Oops, am I? Tell me about the grief, the loss, the longing. I love you and I see you. I want to. Here. Am I just whatever? What if I would have tried? It won't be fun. That's BS. Yeah. Mm, you felt like you had to give it a shot. You wanted this person to open up to you more, but you felt like they didn't really care about you. This is rough, guys. This is a rough energy. Oof. Oh, okay. I gotta shake this off. Let's move forward. Let's go to the present. Let's see what the energies are in the present. This person may have wanted freedom. I'm getting more of that. And you felt that there was this expansive energy between the two of you, that there could have been this expansiveness and freedom together, but they didn't choose you in the past. Okay. So, okay, now in the present, pile two's soul connection. Hmm. What is the present energies for pile two's soul connection? Present energies for pile two's soul connection. Discipline, envy, and balance. Okay. Want to balance out those powerful feelings and energies. High Priestess. The Emperor. Good Lord. Oh, the Ten of Swords. You guys, these are some powerful energies. Oh my goodness. And Judgment, I bet. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. So there's still secret feelings happening here. If you are in the feminine, you are really independent and working on yourself. You are also focusing on your education, knowledge, learning, and career, advancing yourself intellectually, and increasing your mastery and knowledge. You're also focusing on your career and mastery of your life. But this could go either way, actually, feminine or masculine. The people in this soul connection now presently are being very disciplined and trying to balance out their life and balance the powerful energies that they're feeling and just create more balance and making healthy choices in their life. However, there is at this point some envy and sort of jealousy. I think when I say jealousy, I do mean more in the way of envy, like wishing that you had something that other people have. I don't think either party is in another connection. I'm not feeling that at all. But there could be an envy of others who are closer to your person than you are. And I feel it mirrored both ways. Because there's a lot of pain over this separation. But it's also possible that some other situation is ending. And it's possible that it could be a legal situation, but it doesn't have to be a legal situation. But it is consequences. And what's going to happen is a second chance. This is going to come around again. Let's get some clarification here. Yeah, you two are both transforming into the next phase, the next chapter of your life, becoming more powerful versions of yourself. And when I say powerful, I mean personal power, more disciplined and more balanced. Yeah, and you're mirroring each other in that way. You are both going through that same kind of intellectual and emotional glow up. You two do love each other unconditionally. Again, I'm not talking about in love love. I'm talking about universal love. But also possible that you two could be falling in love with each other from a distance. It's possible. There's a lot of caring here. Somebody could be healing from, if somebody was married or is going through a divorce, then somebody is healing from that. It's coming to light. Somebody is finding things out about the past. So somebody is finding out ways that they were betrayed in the past that they weren't even aware of back then. And they're focusing on healing the feelings and issues that come up as a result of that. But there may also be, these two may also be thinking about marrying each other. Like that's a possibility. And for actually a few of you, you may have already married this person. You might be watching this for somebody who you're already married to. Okay, but that isn't for most people watching this pile. Okay, I want to find out, how does pile two's person feel about them now, currently? How does pile two's soul connection person feel about them now, currently? Anxious. Suspicious. I don't know why I laugh at these things. Intrigued. Loyal. Regret. Okay, for most of you, you're not married, you're in separation, and this person feels anxious about you. They worry about you. There's a little bit of jealousy. They worry about you being with other people. I'm just saying. They're very intrigued by you and they want to find out more about you. They want to know what you're up to. This person feels loyal to you and this person is not seeing anybody else. And I don't think that you are either. But they regret how things happened. Okay. Anything else about how they're feeling about you now? Hopeless. How does pile two soul connection person feel about them now? Sentimental. Hmm. Judgmental. Hmm. I don't know why they would be feeling judgmental. This one is not as strong of an energy though. Like the strongest energies are the ones that come out first or fall on the floor. Hmm. Okay, and what's on their mind about you, pile two's person? I don't want to. When we get into our routine, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath. So in love? Hmm. I get so busy sometimes. It's scary and it feels dangerous. This person actually might be feeling judgmental of themselves. Yeah, actually. Yeah, this person really does prioritize their work. This could be a very no-nonsense kind of a person. Maybe not all the time. Maybe that's just the mode that they're in right now. I get that this person is frustrated with themselves right now. They're like, they're like talking to themselves, like, I don't know why you get like this when you get into a routine and you get so busy. Like they know that they're avoiding something and that they feel like they have really strong feelings for you, but they also feel like it's scary and it feels dangerous. So this is them talking to themselves. They're like, I want you to, well, take a deep breath. I'm willing, feeling validated. Did something change? Did you find someone else? I'll be misunderstood. Okay, this person is feeling like they're annoyed with themselves with how they focused on work so much because after the fact, they felt like once they had time to process their feelings, they felt like they had really strong feelings for you. Maybe they felt like they were falling in love or like they were in love with you. Okay, but it felt really scary and dangerous. They feel like they want you to, but maybe they realize that after the fact. And they feel like they're willing to, but they would need to feel validated in that. And right now, they're really not sure if you're with somebody else or not. And they also feel like they would be misunderstood if they came back to you now, because on the bottom of the deck, we have for so long. They feel like it's been so long. Whew, this is a heavy energy, you guys. Okay. Let's clear that and see what your thoughts and feelings are currently. Okay, this is for pile two's feelings about their soul connection person currently stuck, lonely. This is so sad, you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm just sending you a really, really, really big hug, okay? Serious, condescending grief. Did you feel like this person was condescending towards you? You're really sad over this because you were serious. You were not joking. It was serious to you, and this person didn't get that. You're feeling sentimental, probably like replaying and remembering times together. And when you're remembering times in the past, it makes you feel happy and more lighthearted because you guys probably did have a like kind of a playful energy together. And it makes you feel motivated. Oh, misery, geez. Yeah, you've sort of resigned yourself to the separation right now. What's on your mind? Special to you. This person is special to you, and you wanted to be special to them. The answer is yes, and I can do everything. Ooh, you're motivating yourself. Oh, okay. Yes, I like it. Working on something. What's wrong? What's going on? Pay attention. I love you and I see you. Tell me about the grief, the loss, the longing. Confirmation. Yeah, you're moving energy on this. You feel stuck, but you're not going to stay stuck. You've realized this person is special to you, and the answer is yes, you need to do something about this, and you can do everything. Now, if you're in the feminine, that doesn't mean that you need to do everything in like an overt active sense. You can do everything in the sense of manifesting it. You know, you can do everything in the sense of how you show up with your energy. Because yes, you like this person. So you're working on something. You might be working on manifesting something. And you're working on paying more attention to this person, like what's wrong, what's going on. I see you. You want to really see this person. What's going on with them? And you're thinking that you're still thinking that you want them to open up to you. That's the same thing. You want them to tell you about the grief, the loss, the longing, you know, whatever it is that they're going through. And also if they're working on something. Confirmation. That's a lot of energy coming up to the throat center. Let me get my tea. Okay. And then we're going to move into the future. All right. Let's see what's coming up in this connection. All right. Pile two. I feel such a heavy energy. Okay. Actually, let's clear that a little bit. You can always skip ahead if you want to. Okay. Okay, that was a knock at the door, which is an omen. That means that you do have more contact, more connection coming into the future with this soul connection. Yeah. We have worry, honesty. In the future, you two will be more honest with each other about the things that you're worried about, which is really important because you're going to develop a new phase in your relationship, a higher level of commitment or stability and understanding. So the things that you're worried about won't hold you back anymore because you will be sharing about them. Yeah, because neither of you was happy with the separation or with how things were going. And so there's a desire to figure out how to overcome the obstacles. And it might be a little clumsy at first. Let's see. Yeah, because at first you kind of feel stuck or trapped. Like at first you kind of feel like you don't have a lot of options. There is a lot of worry. There's a lot of mental tension. And then things really open up, possibly kind of suddenly. This also could be a proposal and it could be moving in together or somebody moves. So somebody moves to be closer together, or you move in together, or you get engaged. This is like a really, really big step forward. Mm-hmm. Confirmation. I was going to say, with the engagement card and the wedding rings cards that came out in the present part of the reading as being something that's on, you know, on, or was it even in the past? It was the past and the present. I think this is an engagement, but it's not right away because there's some stuff that needs to be worked out. Okay, let's get our oracle cards. Tell me about the future of pile two soul connection. There could be some other third party or outside forces. And it's possible that it's actually, this is interesting. This is a storyline that has come through before. Specifically, this storyline came through when we did our reading about your future, your house with your future spouse. Remember I did a future spouse house reading or something like that? Yes, and I was channeling that. Specifically, it's like some sort of like outside forces or some sort of opposition outside of your connection is what can motivate you to get together. I don't totally know why or how that would happen, but this is kind of what I'm getting. And it will lead to sort of a sudden change because this is regret, frustration, trying to figure it out, but feeling rather inadequate to the obstacles, feeling pretty stuck and not really sure like how you can move forward or really pretty worried about it. And then all of a sudden it opens up into total abundance and just freedom. Like the epitome of freedom, like complete freedom and just very next level. So it is sort of a very sudden change. And I think that this change, I don't know how that happens. This change is somehow because of all of the frustrating circumstances. It's like it pushes somebody to make a really big step or a really big change that they wouldn't have made otherwise. But it's mutual. Both of you feel motivated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could be dealing with specifically like narcissistic or toxic people, not between the two of you, other people. So you decide to take a chance and like, I guess just go for it. Wow. Whatever that big step is. For a lot of you, it would be travel. And then for a lot of you, it would be like engagement. Yeah. And so the reason that you want to do this is because you were heartbroken before when you were in separation. You don't want to be separated anymore. You want to take your relationship to the next level. And during that time when you were experiencing the heartbreak, it motivated you to want to transcend the obstacles because you're not ready to let go of this. You don't want it to be over. You refuse to let this connection be over, and you want to make healthy choices for this connection. You want to choose your highest timeline and be happy and give yourself the things that will help you be happy. You want to create stability and security. You want to make this connection permanent and help it grow. And you believe that you can do that because this connection is really healing for your heart. Yeah, you don't want any more options. Confirmation. Because you really like this person. Aw. And they really like you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put these away. And then I'm going to see in the future, how do they feel about you? Gratitude, bliss, generous. Wow, those are really good cards. In the future, how do they feel about you? Bliss. There's no better card. Gratitude. Wow. Generous. Brave. Wow. Oh my goodness. They might initially be surprised, but they get over it pretty quickly, or they get used to it pretty quickly. I don't know. It's like they're not surprised for very long, is what I'm trying to say. Mm. Yeah, this is sort of like in the past part of the future. So there's some sort of stress, and then it all melts away into this surprise, gratitude, bliss, generosity, and courage. Okay. And let's get their mindset. What are they thinking in the future? Your soul connection person, what are they thinking in the future? I had a dream. We definitely could do that. Building trust, honor that. I still feel it. And to let ourselves feel it. Wow, this is really beautiful. This is so exciting. Pile two. Oh my goodness. This person really believes in the connection that this is what's coming. They really believe in the connection that you have together. They believe that you guys can continue to build trust and honor each other and honor your connection. They have recognized that they still feel the feelings that they have for you, and that they're going to let themselves lean into it. Wow, that's very exciting. Okay, I want to see what are your thoughts and feelings in the future for this soul connection. Okay, pile two's feelings. Pile two's feelings for their soul connection person in the future. Okay. I had one fall on the floor. Oh my goodness. You know, when they fall on the floor, that's extra energy. We have victorious, strategic, tender. That's how you will feel. I think strategic is like in the sense that you, whatever your strategy was, it was victorious. And you feel tender towards this person. This is so sweet. Ouch. My hands are starting to get sore from trying to shuffle this big deck. So, sorry, bear with me. Hopeful, peace. Okay, and your thoughts about your soul connection in the future. Chasing the extraordinary. Oops. Fundamental core differences. This is their signature move. Yikes. The joyful things. I'm not willing to. Lose my sense of control. Ah, you still want to stay in control. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess in a sense of like self-discipline and self-mastery. Okay. You might feel like this person, your soul connection person, this is their signature move that they're scared of the joyful things. And that is the fundamental core difference because you feel like you're somebody who chases the extraordinary, and your person is, oh, it's your person. You feel like your person doesn't like to lose their sense of control. Interesting. Okay, I'm kind of getting it now. And you're honoring that. Wow. And you got the same card they got. I still feel it because you guys still feel it. So you're willing to work with them, understanding that this is somebody who's different than you. Yeah, and this is somebody who does not like to lose their sense of control. And this is somebody who you're dealing with who is kind of scared of leaning into joyful experiences, but they will. They are going to lean in that direction. But you're understanding that you guys are fundamentally different because they have been avoiding that or they avoid that. Yeah, because it makes them uncomfortable. You're really starting to understand them. And in understanding them, they're not going to stay in that same place. Yeah, we can do this, right? Yes. You can't control the outcome. Well, I want you to, what I wanted to say is they're trying. Aw, you realize this person is trying. You might have felt rejected by this person in the past because this person is very uncomfortable with having fun, I think, basically. And so when you understand this person more, you understand that they are trying. Oh, and we're going to do this every day. Yeah, which explains a lot of what's happening. This is really sweet. You're really going to come to understand, like, you're going to understand this person better. And you're going to understand that this person didn't want to show up and be seen in the past and why they didn't want to. But this person is evolving and changing. I feel like you guys are going to make a big leap forward. Yeah, because you're saying, I'll tell you what's worse though, to be careful, I'm going to risk it. So, yeah, because you feel like you understand this person, but you also know that if you're just overly cautious and you never risk it, then you would really miss out on a good connection. Okay. And then we'll just get one last message for you real quick. What am I using for my one last? I think we'll do this one again. Okay. Oops, thank you. Wow. Okay, they're telling you. Okay. So this is your one last message from the spirit guides. They say that you need to cultivate peace because you have feelings of guilt and you're having feelings of grief. Okay. So here are the affirmations. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So those are your thoughts for today, pile two. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in another reading. guys. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading. If you chose the beautiful rose card, and it has a rosary in it, okay, and the beautiful Labradorite with blue flash, this is your reading. Welcome to your reading. Okay, let's read again real quick about the Labradorite. This is the stone of protection, manifestation, and magic. Deflects unwanted energies, stimulates intuition, calms an overactive mind, and promotes awakening and deeper connection. And the rose card is from the Seed and Sickle Oracle deck, and the Seed and Sickle Oracle deck comes with 2 guidebooks, the Dusk guidebook and the Dawn guidebook. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but let's read about Rose. Here we go. The rose belongs to the Lady of Miracles herself, the Virgin Mary. Rosaries get their name from the rose hips which they were originally made from. If you are drawn to this card, a miracle of your very own is on its way. Perhaps there's a creative block that is about to lift, or you are about to make a major breakthrough in a problem that's been plaguing you. Things are about to change for the better. Let's see what this one says. Hanging a rose from a ceiling is a tradition which started with the Romans and continues today, and it indicates that any conversation which takes place in the presence of the rose must be kept in strict confidence. That means it must be kept a secret. It's time to finally tell that secret that has been gnawing away at you. Choose your confidant carefully. It may be that they have something they've also been wanting to share with you. Your relationship can only grow stronger through trust in each other. Interesting. Okay. I like that energy, pile 3. Let's see what we get. We're going to start out by looking at the past of your relationship. And this part will sort of serve as an energy check-in, but we'll also get some insights. So let's get a Soul's Journey card. For pile 3, the past of their soul connection. Acceptance. Your soul connection, pile 3, in the past. Tell me about the past of your soul connection. Oops. Abundance and courage. Okay. Interesting energies. Let me get some tarot cards. Tell me about pile 3's soul connection in the past. The past of pile 3's soul connection. A lot of cards keep almost coming out. Interesting. Okay. Temperance, that's Sagittarius energy. The Magician, that's Aries or Gemini energy. Well, okay. So in the past, you were very accepting and very understanding and tolerant of whatever the situation was between you and your soul connection person, which we'll see, we'll get to. But you're also trying to manifest it. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to use everything in your power to figure out how to make it work. This was in the past. You're also trying to learn everything you can about this person. Or it's possible this person could be trying to learn everything they can about you. This person could be watching you online or looking you up online or asking everyone about you or just watching you. Could go both ways. Let's see. This connection also could be confirmation, being guided and watched over by angels. Okay. So in the past, somebody watched, learned, and gathered information and then tried to share their feelings in a small way, some small little gesture. And it did not necessarily go well. There was some sort of fallout from that. Clarifying. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it did go well. This is interesting. Tell me more. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Is this somebody you're already married to or have married in the past? For some of you, you're asking about somebody who you were already married to in the past or are married to now. Hmm. Okay. Let me see. This is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my Island Time Wellness Love Oracle deck. So this could have started as a one-night stand, or somebody just had a lot of options. Yeah, somebody was watching. This person was watching you. You could have met this person. Okay, with the sun, I was getting this. You could have met this person when you were on vacation, or when one of you was on vacation or traveling, and you missed this person, felt nostalgic about them after they were gone. You specifically, actually, I'm getting this could go both ways. Yeah, you felt this person was your soulmate. Um, you specifically may look at pictures of them and vice versa. Okay. Oh, okay. So then you guys could be maybe not married, but engaged. This could be a long distance relationship that you're trying to take your relationship to the next level. This is somebody who you really like a lot. But at first they were hiding their feelings, or you were. Yeah, in the past, somebody was avoidant, but they wanted because they felt like they weren't enough, or they felt, yeah, they were dealing with lack of confidence and also self-sabotage, but they broke that repetitive pattern. They broke that cycle. So actually I'm going to clear that energy. hmm So there could have been some hiccups here though. This is all in the past. You have a lot of history with this person. So it's also possible that when you met this person, they were married to somebody else, or when you met this person, they could have been engaged to somebody else. And in that case, they left that relationship and broke up with that person. But when you met them, they weren't ready for you at first, or you two weren't ready for each other. And you could have been accepting of that situation because you both were in very stable situations that it would take a lot of courage to change the situations that you were in. But you guys did. I mean, yeah, and somebody was dealing with like a narcissist or somebody very toxic. This was in the past. So there was definitely third parties then. Okay. Ooh, that is a heavy energy. Okay. I'm gonna get your feelings and their feelings. Your thoughts and feelings and their thoughts and feelings. You may have vacationed with this person again. You may have met this person on vacation, or you may have vacationed with them again um in the past. And for some of you, you might currently be engaged, but like at a distance. Let's see, how does pile 3, how does your soul connection person feel about you now? Humbled, suspicious. Oh no, I don't want to know how they feel about you now. We're going to come back to that. Oops. Let me try that again. How does pile three's soul connection person, how did pile three's soul connection person feel about them in the past? Yes, that's what I want to know. How did sentimental misery, urgency, manipulative? Oof. They may have felt that you were trying to create a false sense of urgency or an inflated sense of urgency in order to manipulate them. They may have felt that you were being manipulative. They were ambivalent. They weren't sure. If they were, if they're at a distance from you and they were traveling to see you, they like being home. They wanted to go home. Then when they're away from you, they feel homesick for you. So that had them feeling ambivalent. But they do feel sentimental for you and the time that you spent together. They felt miserable when they were away from you. They felt some urgency to be with you, but when they felt like you were pressing them on the urgency thing, then they felt that you were being manipulative. They felt the situation was hopeless, but they did have tender feelings towards you. Okay, and their thoughts. For so long, when you're struggling for so long, and then you listen, in a compassionate way. No, no. Oh, hell yes. The answer is yes, and building trust. They're trying. This person felt like they were struggling for so long, and that made it harder for them to be present, but they're trying to listen. They're trying to be compassionate. They're trying to kind of turn their brain around away from sort of an automatic no response to be more open-minded, to be more open-hearted, and to try to build trust with you. So that was their mindset. Okay, and your feelings for them in the past. Your feelings towards your soul connection person in the past. Love, frustrated, relaxed, cautious. Okay. And your thoughts and mindset about your soul connection person in the past? I've lived this 1,000 times. Did something change? I'm willing. I need to know specifically if you're with other people, if we're going to let ourselves feel this. What if I would have tried and it won't be fun? Yeah, that's BS. Okay. Oops. What I wanted to say is you can't control the outcome. It's the only way. Okay, so this was your mindset. You feel like you're repeating a pattern that you've experienced many times before, either with this person or possibly with other people. You felt like everything was going great with this person, and then it felt like something changed. And you're like, I'm willing, but like, did something change for you? I need to know specifically, and especially, are you with other people, or do you have connections that you're building with other people? Like, that's BS. You wanted to explore this connection. You didn't want to have any regrets. And you had an understanding that you can't control the outcome, so that you were willing to take a risk to explore this. Okay, we're going to move forward and see what are the energies at play with this soul connection in the present moment. Perseverance. I can do whatever I set my mind to. And guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay. Get some tarot cards for present energies. We still have the Magician. You're still manifesting this. You're still working on manifesting this in the present. The Hermit, you are alone now. You have traveled or you have moved. You're studying something or you're trying to figure something out. But you're feeling rejected or left out in the cold. Somebody actually may have literally rejected somebody. Let's see. Somebody is, yeah, you're working on yourself. You're also especially, you're specifically taking time to heal and specifically work on your shadow work. You two are in separation at this time, and you do feel that this person is your soulmate. They are hiding their feelings, or you two are hiding your feelings from each other, but something's going to change suddenly, or there's going to be some surprise. It'll be a surprise because somebody will say that they want to rebuild and talk. Somebody will break separation and start talking to you. So that will be a surprise. Somebody's going to show their hand, or yeah, somebody's going to take a chance on this. These are current energies. So this is either something that could have just happened, that this just surprised you, or is coming very soon. So these are the present energies. So let's see. Presently and currently, how does your soul connection person feel about you, pile 3? I'm going to flip my timer. This is my hourglass. And that can be relevant It could be that it felt like the time ran out on this connection and somebody wants to give it more time, or somebody wants to start a new cycle with you. You feel, wait, am I reading your energy or their energy? This person feels vulnerable. That's what it is. This person feels vulnerable right now about this connection. They also feel more capable, but they have concerns. What is pile three's soul connection person feeling about them currently? They feel very attached to you. And they feel lonely. They miss you. They're struggling right now and they want to come and see you. They actually could be coming to see you, but it feels scary or dangerous. It makes them uncomfortable. They've been trying to fit in, but they're thinking we could do this. They're thinking that we could do this. Okay, and let's take a look at your thoughts and feelings currently about this connection. Your current feelings about this soul connection. File three. Impatient. Impressed. Guilty. Look, there's guilt, guilty. You're impressed with the change in this person or the change in the energy, the dynamic between the two of you, but you're impressed with your person right now. But yeah, you both feel lonely. Mm. Let's get your thoughts and mindset currently. You feel ashamed and guilty for some reason, and you want to have an opportunity to explain yourself to this person, but you want to explain yourself in person to this person. This isn't a text conversation. So there's definitely something you want to explain to them. And you're also feeling pretty vigilant, like you want to really focus on this conversation and make sure that you are honoring them and that you're being really respectful and attentive to this conversation. Yes, I want to honor that. I want to pay attention. That's a really important thing. These are really important things to talk about. This is what we have to do next. You're so focused on this. People who love you because of your humanness and your vulnerability, that was great. You have grown even more in your appreciation for this person and the connection that you have with this person. So let's see what's coming up in the future of this connection. I'm actually curious real quick though. Why did you feel guilty? You may have felt guilty because when you met this person, you weren't ready for them. There's something that you feel guilty about as far as like how this went. Because you left, because you also could have been it's possible you could have been a little harsh in the way that you shared some truth. You also may regret that you failed to protect or honor this connection in the past and that you moved on. And it's possible because this person was chasing you and that kind of freaked you out and you ran away. Or it could be because you were the chaser and then you, I don't know, felt vulnerable and you didn't like that feeling. Somehow this dynamic, well, this dynamic that is not really healthy and doesn't feel good. And so then for whatever reason, you moved on and you didn't choose this connection. Yeah, but you are transcending that. You are evolving. You have been focusing on yourself since then. That's what you are doing currently. That's what I'm seeing. Because you're learning to evolve out of any sort of leftover toxic patterns that may have been, learned in the past from, old relationship dynamics, old traumas. We're actually going to clear that a little bit. And then we're going to see what's coming into the future of this connection. Okay. Ooh, I'm excited for you. Ooh, let's see. Tell me about the future of this connection, this soul connection. Oh, I want to start with these cards. Okay. Tell me about the future of pile three's soul connection. Success. Wow. Look at that. Success. Okay. And service. And relationships. You are going to be in a successful relationship with this person, and it will be a relationship that is focused on serving each other, taking care of each other, and also serving humanity together. If somebody was, if the masculine party here was indecisive, he is going to make a decision and bring forth truth and clarity and decisive action. Yes, with a message of love. Yeah, he's going to come rushing in and he's going to make it very, very clear what he wants. Very startlingly clear communication. And then you two are going to figure out how to make it work together as far as the practicalities of the situation. Yeah, but your masculine soul connection person, your divine masculine or whatever you want to call that, he is coming in with a lot of personal power. Confirmation. Love. Oh my goodness. Love is coming into this connection. More unconditional love and passion. Insane chemistry. Liking each other equally. Having fun together. Falling in love. Surprise invitation. Yes, it could feel like it comes out of nowhere that he reaches out to you with a message or an invitation or something. Yeah, it's a time when you've just been focusing on yourself, minding your own business, but he's been watching you. And yeah, you were not expecting it that day when it happens, and he probably asks you out for coffee or it's something little like that. It's something little. Yeah, because he wants to break the pattern and he wants to work on it. Okay, and what's coming into the future of this connection? Abundance. Beautiful. And healthy choices. on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay, I want to see in the future, how does your soul connection person feel about you? How will they feel about you? They will feel seen by you. They're doing that thing where they're almost coming out. So no. Okay, I need clear messages. Thank you. No. How does pile three's soulmate person feel about them in the future? How will they feel about them in the future? Oh, yeah. See, that's clear. Fulfilled, energized, devoted, and happy. Wow, that's beautiful. I love it. Okay. And then how are you going to feel about this person in the future? How will pile three feel about their soul connection person in the future? In love? Oh goodness. Defeated? That's so funny. Empowered? Regret? Attached? Independent? Embarrassed. Okay. You might have some mixed emotions at first. You might feel that your defenses have been defeated. Okay. You may have a little bit of like a roller coaster sort of a situation going on. You might feel a little bit embarrassed. You might feel like you want to be independent, but you, it's like independent versus attached and defeated versus empowered and embarrassed versus in love. But the first card that came out was in love. So you are surrendering to this. That's so funny that you're putting up a little fight. Just a little fight. No, that's too many. Any more? Thank you. Yeah, and you're very intrigued by the situation. You're very curious about this person and very interested in pursuing it. Yeah, you just have some pride going on. So that is going to affect your um experience of the situation. But this is amazing. You have love, passion, a surprise, invitation. And I think you're really going to enjoy this this next stage in your connection, and then it's eventually going to open up into so much abundance and happiness. Abundance in every sense, like the world opens up to you. That's amazing. I want to get one last message for you. Pile three. Can I get one last message for pile three before we close out this reading? Somebody hasn't made up their mind yet, but it's also possible that you haven't made up your mind yet or you're not sure. And that's okay, but it's also okay it's okay to be okay with where you are now. Being okay with where you are now can allow the energy to move, to unfold past that. Acceptance can help the energy to move. Yeah, what am I saying? Surrender. Exactly. And then that will help to bring you into a relationship and success. Yeah, it's surrender that helps bring success, move you out of indecision, and move you into more connection. And on the bottom of the deck, we have humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So having a lighthearted approach whenever you can, that's not always possible, but whenever you can, will help to move energy too, okay? Those are the messages from your spirit guides. Okay, guys, it was such an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to see you in a future reading, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.